Hi everybody, and welcome to day 2 of raising your vibration. So I hope everybody had an amazing day yesterday, and I hope that everybody felt a little lighter after they did the clearing exercise. And I hope that you guys know that in order for this to work for you really, really well, you need to do things continually. So it's not just a one-off. So you're not going to do an exercise that I post and then everything's just going to magically change for you. You need to keep your vibration up, and you need to keep that momentum going and keep that ball rolling. So that exercise we did yesterday, that really simple one about tuning into your auric field, to your energy field, and going in and noticing if there's anything that's kind of sticking around you or hanging around you and clearing it, is a tool that we should be doing, a couple times a day probably, especially if you are somebody who works with people. So, and this can be anything from being a waitress to being, a personal support worker. If you have a lot of interactions with people, you are doing a lot of giving and exchanging energies throughout the day. And again, we don't realize how sensitive we are and how energy can transfer so quickly from one person to another. So doing that cleanse, make it part of your routine. So just like you would, you brush your teeth, right? You made that part of your routine. Make this part of your routine. Make it just something that you do. It's quick and simple, right? Takes less than 3 minutes probably to go through. And each time you do it, you will notice that it actually becomes easier to cleanse your auric field, because as your vibration shifts, you will not be able to hang on to negative or dense energies as long as you used to. Just because, again, go back to the simple of like attracts like. So if you have a high vibration, lower energies are not going to be able to hang on to you. It's kind of like we're creating a Teflon coating, right? And so when you have that Teflon coating activated, whenever there's negative energies that come your way, it actually will just come in and go away. So that's pretty cool, right? Okay, so for day 2, so love my spirits team and my guides giving me all kinds of downloads last night just before bedtime. It's funny, the spirit world has no concept of time or space, which is hard for us humans while we are in human form here, because sometimes they like to give me lots of information late at night when I'm supposed to be going to sleep. But it's always brilliant, so I need to listen to it. So they're really talking to me about, so collectively I'm feeling that a lot of people they're excited about this and they want to raise their vibration, and they know that they want to do this because they know that it'll bring amazing stuff into their lives and it'll start shifting things. But really, and I'm getting messages from people as well on Facebook too, and emails about feeling like they're kind of lost or stuck right now. So remember in the beginning of this, I asked the question, we are gonna find some answers for some of the hard questions, such as who am I and what do I want? So for some people, the what do I want can be a big question that they don't know the answer to. And so I think this is where we need to do some work, definitely. So for those of you who are kind of not knowing the answer for that, of what I want, we're going to do an exercise to bring awareness to what we want. So the really easy way to do this is to create a list. So here's your first homework of the day. So I want you to create a list. I want you to sit down with and get into this, guys. Like, put some energy into it. It's, these things only work if you actually use them. It's like Facebook is an amazing tool for teaching us things and giving us insight into things. But if we only read, as we're skimming through a book, like skimming through a magazine, we really don't get the intensity of what it's meant to do for us. So if you guys want to participate in this wholly, then I suggest that you can create a journal for sure when we're doing this. A journal is an awesome way to go through and keep track of what's shifting for you, and, doing some automatic writing to find out what your team of guides are telling you that you need to bring attention to. Okay, so for this exercise, what you're going to do is you can get your journal out, or you can get a pen and paper, and I want you to create 2 lists. Okay, so your first list, we're going to do 10 things. So we're going to do 10 things, your top 10 things that you know you do not want. Okay? So this can be, you know, very simple, from I do not want to be broke. I do not want to be sad. I do not want to be sick. So I want you to go through and take some time with this. And when you do this, the easiest way to receive information that you need is to actually receive it through your whole being. So I teach this in my mediumship class. When we do mediumship readings, I teach my mediums that we need to not receive information from our mind or from our outside eye. We need to receive information from our inside eye. And it's the same thing when we are working on getting information pertaining to ourselves. We need to receive it intuitively. So when you're making the list, I don't want you to do any thinking about making the list. I just want you to have your pen in your hand, and I just want you to start writing. Go through the list, the 10 things of things that you do not want in your life. 10 things that are not working for you. You know that you do not want them. They are things that need to leave your story. And make sure the 10 things are coming to you automatically. Okay? So sometimes you will feel it in your heart chakra. Sometimes you will feel it in your solar plexus. I want you to pay attention to where you're receiving the information, because when you are receiving information solely from your mind, it's usually coming from your ego or your pain body. And for the sake of raising our vibration, we are making sure that we are amping up our soul energy, and our higher self is going to be in the driver's seat and not the pain body or the ego. And those are the two parts of us that tend to put blocks in our way and tend to create obstacles for us, because that's what they do. They need stuff to do. So you're going to do your top 10 list. You're going to receive your answers intuitively. Once you go through and you have your 10 top list, your other 10 top list, so your other 10 top list on the other side of the page is going to be, what do I want? And you are going to find that this is going to be so much easier now. Once you've brought clarity to what you don't want, knowing what you want is so much easier, right? Because it tends to be the opposite of it. Again, we're working in opposites all the time. We've got fear, we've got love, we've got yin, we've got yang. So what you don't want and what you want. So really, really simple. If I've got on the top of my list that I don't want to be sick, that's something, or if I'm dealing with health issues, then obviously on the top of my what I want list is going to be that I want health, that I want to be healthy. Okay, so again, receive your information intuitively. And also when you do this, it'll be interesting, because it'll be interesting in the order that it comes to you. Okay, it'll be interesting. So pay attention to the order that it comes to you, and then also pay attention to how easily and how quickly it comes to you. Again, remember, if you are struggling with finding any of the answers, or you're thinking about the answers, then you're coming from the wrong place and you need to stop. Just stop the exercise, sit back, just do a few slow, deep breaths, and check in with yourself. And then get back into your whole being, receiving and getting information from your whole being rather than from your mind. Okay, perfect. So that's your first exercise. So we're going to do this. And then what this is doing is this is creating focus on what we want. So we are part of raising our vibration so that we can absolutely attract what we want into our lives, so that we can create the lives that we want. And in order to do that, we need to be clear on what we want. So I'll give you an example of how energy works. So if I was sitting in a restaurant and the waitress came up to me and she asked me to place my order. So she came up to me and she says, what would you like? What can I get for you? And I say to her, I'm not really sure what I want. Maybe give me a few more minutes to look over the menu and then I'll make up my mind. And so she goes off and she takes care of all of the other customers. So you can see energetically what happens there is my vibration is kind of like this, right? Not sure what I want. I'm going to sit here for a little while. And what happens to me is my energy becomes stagnant. It becomes stagnant and it becomes stuck. And when we are not sure what we want, or we don't have a focus of what we want, that's kind of the energy signal that we are sending out to the universe. We're kind of sending out the energy of not sure, don't know what I want. Maybe if I wait, it'll come to me. And you can see that obviously that vibration's not going to bring abundance into your life. Absolutely not. So if I switch this around, and again, so the waitress comes up to me and she asks me what I would like to order. And I say to her, absolutely, I want to order the hamburger and the French fries. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely delicious. I've been dying for this all day. This is going to be awesome. She goes off and she places my order, and my order comes to me. That's exactly how the universe works for you. So think of the universe kind of like put that analogy into your mind, that you're sitting in the restaurant and you're placing an order, you're putting your order in. How you place your order is how you're going to receive it. Okay? If you are unsure of what you want and where your focus is, that's absolutely going to be your experience, and that will be the vibration that comes back to you. So this is really, really important. Make sure what you are putting out there is exactly what you want to be coming back to you. Okay? So our focus is we're going to set our focus today. I want you guys all to be clear on what you want. Again, this is going to be something that you're going to go over and over and over again until you start to take that onto your vibration, until you are creating a clear channel of receiving. And that's what we're doing with raising our vibration. Okay, second part of this exercise, and I want you guys to start making this a part of your daily routine, is gratitude. Gratitude is going to be huge for us with raising our vibration. And the easiest way to experience gratitude is through prayer. So prayer is an amazing way for us to experience gratitude. And so I personally make sure that I pray every night before I go to bed. It's kind of like my closing of the day. It's my shutdown of the day. And what I do is I simply just go through kind of, all of the events of the day that happened. And if it's an uneventful day, then, I can find other things to be thankful for that are in the bigger picture as well. But I'll go through and I will have a conversation. And so when I'm praying, and you can pray to whoever it is that you want to pray to. You can pray to your spirit guides, your angels. You can pray to God. You can pray to Jesus, Buddha, whoever it is that you want to pray to. You can pray to the universe. So, we're basically praying to ourselves. But what you're going to be doing is I want you just to be going through everything, kind of like a little checklist of what you are grateful for. And I want you to have the actual conversation with yourself while you're doing this as well. So again, it's all about the energy that you put into it. Okay? So when you are going through your list of your gratitude of what you're grateful for, I want you to feel the gratitude, okay? Again, I don't want it just to be a thought that's coming from your mind. I want you to actually feel it. And so when we're feeling gratitude, the easiest place for us to feel it is from our heart. So our heart chakra, our heart center. It's where we give and send love. So just pay attention to that. So maybe when you're starting to do your prayer and you're closing your eyes, just bring your awareness to your heart chakra. And then when you're going through your list, I want you just to actually feel gratitude instead of thinking or saying something that you're grateful for. Okay? As human beings, we forget that everything carries a vibration. And you see people do this all the time when they say, I love you. You see people all the time say, I love you, love you. Remember, everything has a vibration. And if somebody can be saying, I love you and not really feeling it or knowing it. So make sure that when you are saying, when you're expressing love or you're expressing gratitude, make sure that you're feeling it, that you're really feeling it. Okay? Okay, so I am going to just tune into everybody's energy in the group. We are going to give everybody a super boost of raising our vibration. So everybody, please just join me for a minute. I want you to close your eyes. We're just going to do our 3 slow, deep breaths. So when we're taking our in-breath in, we are breathing in love. When we are exhaling fear. Make sure, guys, when you do this, again, it's your energy in the exercise. When you are exhaling, Get rid of it all. Do a big and just visualize all of the stagnant energy leaving your body, all of the negative thoughts, all of the fear, all of the low vibrations. Imagine it all coming out with your breath and then leaving and going to Mother Earth, to ground, and she will change it back into love and send it back up to us. Okay, so closing your eyes, 3 slow, long, deep breaths. Just tuning into everybody's energy, calling in my team right now to give everybody a huge wave of raising your vibration. Okay, blasting you guys all with a huge wave of love. Okay, so take it all in. Take that energy with you throughout the rest of your day and do the exercises that we've done. Remember to post your comments on the comments so that I know you're an active participant and the universe knows that you're an active participant, and your team of guides know that you're serious about this and they jump in and start working with you guys. Amazing things are going to start happening for you. You will instantly start seeing these shifts when you implement these changes into your lives. Thank you so much for being a part of it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.